brought up to not talk about feelings and emotions as men. Hola, bonjour, niaje, and hello from everywhere in the world. My name is Mark, and this is the very first episode of Young, Real, and Saved. Young, obviously, saved from poverty, saved from ignorance, saved from foolishness, saved from some of the things that work towards pulling us down. Real because I did really well in my high school, and I got accepted into medical school. That is the best thing that could ever happen to you, arguably. And I'm excited. Getting into college, university was a big thing for me and for my friends. So we get in there, the first few weeks are, the thrill and the adrenaline of just out of your parents' home into college, you're independent. It's just a great feeling to have, especially if you're from where I'm from. No one prepared me, however, for the next 3 or 4 weeks when the fire that was burning inside of me just started to fade and going out. And all of a sudden, the fire, the passion, the ambition that I had wasn't there anymore. I knew a few weeks into medical school that I didn't want to be a doctor. But facing these thoughts wasn't as easy as I'm putting them right now, because it's not about me alone. There was my family involved, there's a society involved, there's a community involved. I am a really young man out of high school, and so what people think at that point was a huge factor for me. So how do I confront the fact that I feel like I'm out of purpose and I don't want to talk to anyone about it? And I did really well, top of the country, top of my class. I was in media stations. I was one of those guys. And now I'm in the, we're in school and everyone is telling us the whole country wanted to be in medical school. And so here you are. So you better be grateful for it. But guess what? I'm just not feeling it. And I can't talk about it. Before we go on, I would like to ask you to subscribe, like, comment, share, subscribe to this channel. Now, but here 5 seconds, giving you 5 seconds to subscribe. All right, and all of a sudden, the fire, the passion, the ambition that I had wasn't there anymore. I knew a few weeks into medical school that I didn't want to be a doctor. But facing these thoughts wasn't as easy as I'm putting them right now, because it's not about me alone. There was my family involved, there's a society involved, there's a community involved. I am a really young man out of high school, and so what people think at that point was a huge factor for me. So how do I confront the fact that I feel like I'm out of purpose and I don't want to talk to anyone about it? And I did really well, top of the country, top of my class. I was in media stations. I was one of those guys. And now I'm in the, we're in school and everyone is telling us the whole country wanted to be in medical school. And so here you are. So you better be grateful for it. But guess what? I'm just not feeling it. And I can't talk about it. So, and my family doesn't even know this. At some point, I even stopped going to school. Mom, Dad, Joanne, who's behind this camera right now. Yeah, I stopped going to school at some point in my very first year for a few weeks. Yeah, I was just, maybe I would go one class or two, but I wasn't in it. My fire for medical school was just down. But my fire for something else was going up. And I'll talk about that probably, maybe today, maybe in another episode, I don't know. So no one prepares you for that. I know I'm not speaking for myself only when I say that. Many people come into this space where, and it could be anything else for you. It could be the job that you don't like. It could be a relationship that you don't like. You're really falling out of purpose in the space where you're at right now, whether in your family or outside, whatever that looks like. And no one prepares you for that. I've been in a couple of circles the last 5-10 years where I was the youngest, where I had older people, circles that honestly I felt like I didn't deserve to be there. But I realized that it was a privilege to be in these circles. I'm a young man. I'm not claiming a monopoly of experience over anyone else. I'm in this world just like you, being hit by hurdles left, right, and center, just like everyone else. We have so many odds against us. The circumstances that we're in are quite unique. And I feel like we need to go beyond making memes, which, by the way, I thoroughly enjoy, to discuss how can we secure our lives, those of our families, that of our community, and that of our country in the next 10, 20 years. There's a famous saying that says, if you solicit good advice, then your plans will succeed. So don't charge into battle without wisdom, for wars are won by skillful strategy. Wars are won by skillful strategy. And I want to let you know that we are in a war. We're in war for our families. We are in war for our own futures. We are in war for our own country. Countries. My own country in Kenya, our countries in Africa, our countries in the world. It's a constant war. And we have to have strategy and we have to have wisdom. According to the International Labour Organization, 2 in every 5 young people are working in some form of employment. That means around 3 out of 5 young people are out of employment. And this is expected to go lower in 2020 and 2021. We are in the middle of a global pandemic. So young people, listen to me. We have the economics against us. We have family situationships that are not very favorable. We have a global pandemic. We have terrorism and trauma. And we have our education system just not working for us. So what can we do? What do we do? What is the reality? What is this telling us? It's simple and clear. We're broken. Our community is broken in ways that we have to admit. And if you're talking about being real, before we think about what we need to do, we have to challenge the status quo by addressing it. We are broken. We would have been perfect boyfriends, perfect girlfriends, perfect daughters, perfect sons, perfect mothers, perfect fathers, perfect professionals, perfect people in the community, but we are broken. So where do we move beyond this? There's a silver lining on all of this. Broken doesn't mean dead. Broken doesn't mean helpless, and broken sure doesn't mean that you're useless. Broken just means scattered. We are scattered, and these scattered pieces need to come together in the process of healing. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, I have started this platform, started this channel. That is why this right now is not just content creation, but a call to come together, to talk, to have conversation, to have discussion, to grow each other. And my challenge to you, my call on you, is to do 3 things: to connect, to engage, and lastly, to impact. And that is the tagline for this entire channel. That is what I'm all about. I'd like us to connect with each other, to come together, share the stories. Stories are powerful. So let's connect, come together, share our stories, share some life hacks. And number 2, let's engage. Engage with our world on the inside, and that means engaging your mind, engaging your emotions, engaging what may be causing you to have these toxic tendencies. My friends who are girls are always talking about toxic masculinity. Oh, our men are not feeling, and I hear you, I feel you. They don't want to talk about emotions. And the fact is, as Africans, we were brought up to not talk about feelings and emotions as men. However, the ladies have some toxic tendencies, and engaging means let's get to the root of it. What happened that caused us to behave this way? Let's talk about mentorship and mentors, and I'm gonna be talking about mentorship. And finally, I want you to have impact. I want us to have impact from right now. Again, we don't need to have all the experience in the world, but we need to start right now. And guys, this is what Young, Saved and Real is all about. Listen to me, friends. You are good enough. And yes, in a world that is filled with noise, I want to give you some positivity that who you are on the inside and who you are created to be is so much more. The asset that you have on the inside, who you have on the inside, is no match for the world on the outside. If only you believe in yourself. And this is me giving you that push. Reach out to me on my social. On Instagram, I am at Mark_Luther. On Facebook, I am Mark Luther. Reach out and tell me your story. I would like to ask you to subscribe, like, comment, share, subscribe to this channel. And I am out. Keep it. It's not doing it. Keep it. Whatever. Keep it locked, guys. See you next time.